Hey guys, thanks for checking out my latest video. Please like, subscribe, and comment on my videos so they get seen by more people if you enjoy them. I'm going to give you the latest iteration of my Bundesliga amateur team for the SORARE draft contest, which starts 10 hours from now. I did videos yesterday, a longer video yesterday with all my basic lineups, and I've made some tweaks to the Serie A, La Liga, and French one, League One, that I posted on here just recently, so that those are up. And this is my Bundesliga one. So, and also I mentioned about entering these other contests. If you want more information, I believe that the semi-pro is only if you have less than 10 limited cards, as I understand it. The Pro 270 is 4 limited from that league and 1 common of the ones you're picking now to make up a total of 270 based on the 15 average of 15. But those have good odds right now. If you can build a decent team, 2,000 entries, 200 win. I mean, for SoRare, that's incredible odds, and they're going to get worse as it goes along. I mean, there's going to be more people entering it. But anyway, so for the Bundesliga, and remember, these are going to be ongoing, and you can make 2 changes a week. They're gem-based, salary cap-based. They're probably going to be like the monthly leaderboards or the weekly leaderboard type thing, where you build up points over time, and you build experience points on your players. So I'm not super worried about like first week matchups. I'm really trying to build strong teams in general, and sometimes I'm focusing on a stack of a team that I know I want to keep. Well, the Bundesliga one is an example where I know I want a Bayern Munich stack. Okay, Kimmich was the key. 67 gems though, he's expensive. And by the way, the latest tweaks I made to my lineups generally were putting in stronger goalkeepers a little bit, but also a couple based on who's actually playing the first week. So when you have Kimmich, the players to go with him would be an attacker from Bayern or a defenseman. This is the way it fits. Because if you have 2 midfielders, you can't play them both the same. You might not be able to play them both and all that. The midfielder, the one I think I would like to get is Mane when he's back at 60 if he's there. Gnabry's expensive at 65, but he's not healthy yet. He's projected, I think, back early February. Musiala is extremely talented and exciting player at 57. The defenders are what more people I see are going with, because I watched some expert videos after I'd picked my teams for the most part, and I got a couple ideas from them and a couple tweaks. A lot of the players I've picked in my various league ones, they've picked too. And one or the other of them has mentioned these guys. But the defenseman on Bayern, a lot of people are picking Upamecano, Alphonso Davies, maybe Delight to go with Kimmich. I mean, the reason you want to have the Bayern stack, I mean, they're not that far ahead in points, but look at this goal differential. I mean, they're putting in a ton of goals. They're not letting in many goals. So I really think you need that. I think it's a good idea to have it, even though it's sort of chalk to have Kimmich instead of. I mean, a lot of people are going to have Bellingham. And Dortmund's actually been underperforming, fantasy-wise and real-life-wise, this year. Okay, so on the goalie, there's Schwabe from Cologne has been is a good one at 40 because he's starting and he's a decent team and he's putting up points. For my second one, I ended up going with Flecken. I took down I freed up a couple points and ended up going with Flecken because he's on Freiburg, and they're pretty high in the table. I don't know if they'll remain up there. But I wanted goalies. I had too many goalies on my teams from bad teams. Cologne's not bad either, but from what I saw of some of these experts lineups, I feel like they all had better goalkeepers than I did across their countries. So I basically upgraded them, I think on all of them, to a slightly better one or a slightly better team goalie. So 45 and 40, still cheap. On defenseman, I decided this Schlotterbeck was just too good to pass up. And he's so much better. He was so much head and shoulders pretty much above the other ones that I put him in there for 64. So not the Bayern stack. This is how I ended up with Musiala to some degree. And like I said, I may swap in for Mane, when he comes back if he's starts getting form. So him being 64, so that gives me a real incredibly strong midfielder, incredibly strong defenseman. and then a good, a strong striker from a strong team. The midfield, I picked this Verts. This was one that was tipped that I've decided to use, that I had heard about maybe even like a week ago. But other people have mentioned, he's a super talented player coming back from long injury, but at 40 he should be a huge steal. A couple others though. There's this particular midfield on the Bundesliga has like Hazard's brother, but also Gio Reyna, who was really disappointing for America in the World Cup, but a highly touted player. So those are ones that you could like stash away, who are young and could end up going up a lot in gems, and I think you'll be able to cash them out, or they could end up being really good players for really cheap prices. The defenseman then, because I took it down to 40, I had a little trouble there, and I ended up with this. I had trouble finding a good one. This Piero Hincapié from Bayern, from Leverkusen, for 40. He's been starting and has got some decent games. So I needed a 40. I didn't have any more money left. When you pick guys in the 60s, or Messi's like in the 70s, it's hard to fill it out. So then my last spot, this was a guy I'd already found on my own, and I've seen a couple people now notice him. At 46, this Jonas Wind from Wolfsburg has been banging in goals and playing and starting recently. I'm not sure if he came back from an injury or what, but he fits in well because he can be my fifth starter, especially if Verts he isn't turning it on yet, because he had a bad game. Oh, it looks like he had a good game today or last night, but it wasn't. I had already picked him before that when he had this poor game, so I may end up starting him even. But this gives me two good guys to start, in addition to my like studs, so to speak. And I believe all your goalies, you should have two starting goalies, because you're going to need them. So starting lineup, we've got Flecken from Freiburg, probably going against Augsburg. The other one is Cologne against Schalke. Schalke is actually at the bottom of the table. I'll probably go with Flecken. This is the last 5. There's the last 15. Defenseman Schlotterbeck putting up mad numbers on Dortmund. He's got a brother playing in the Bundesliga too. This is Nico. Midfielder Kimmich puts up crazy numbers, captain. Striker Musiala. A little bit inconsistent, but he plays a lot. He's superstar of the future type thing. And then Jonas Wind, although I could go with Wirtz. That gives me flexibility. I'll probably go with Wind because he's a goal scorer and he just scored. If you look at the last 5, I've been basing a lot of what I've been trying to find is bargains that I'm based on the last 5 or last 40 relative to their last 15 gem salary. And that's where to find an edge, I think. So if you look at the last 5, this is a strong team. Not this goalie, but the rest of them. So that's it. That's where I'm standing at it. Two Bayern Munich. I don't believe there's any other stack. Oh, no, I have 2 Leverkusen. So because this Piero and Florian are Leverkusen. 1 Dortmund. 1 Freiburg, 1 Cologne, and 1 Wolfsburg. All right, so good luck. That's where I stand right now with my lineups for the first week of the contest. And again, check out my SoRare referral code if you're interested in playing the football, soccer, the NBA, or the MLB on there. They're really fun. And you can win cards worth money. Use my referral code. And also, thanks for subscribing to my channel and liking if you haven't done so. Appreciate it. Have a good one.